many of us spend the entire year dreaming of that December break, only to find it becomes one of the most miserable times of the year? No break, especially for those moms and dads who spend their holiday cooking, cleaning, trying to keep the kids entertained and dealing with family stress. All of these things can leave us depleted and depressed, and we find ourselves ticking off the days until we can get back to work for a break. Logging onto social media over this period doesn't help either, as we're confronted by snaps of our friends and their perfect happy families. Today on Care Matters, we're going to give you a bit of a survival guide to those holiday blues. I'm joined by leading international human behavioural specialist, Dr. John DeMartini. Dr. DeMartini, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, why do so many people suffer from anxiety and depression over the holiday period?
Well, stress is the inability to adapt to change. And in that period, you're in a different routine than you normally are. Yeah. And you got all these obligations and traditions and expectations imposed on you. And sometimes you're afraid to say no to things you really don't want to do. So you have to give yourself permission to prioritize what you're doing, say no to things that aren't really, truly important to you, and know that sometimes you're going to have other people upset, but it's either you're going to be upset or other people upset. Sometimes you got to find a balance between those two.
But then it sounds like the holiday period is actually more stressful than the normal period when kids are at school and we are at work.
Well, you have a routine, so you know what to expect.
Yeah.
When the holidays, particularly when you don't know who's going to be there, or maybe you know who's going to be there, and that can be stressful, because sometimes you're with people that's not the priority people that you spend time with. So those are all adding to the stresses. But it's not what happens to you. It's not even the environment. It's how you perceive it, what you decide to do with it, and how you prioritize your actions with it. So you have to take command over that and know that no matter what happens to you, you want to ask, how is it on the way, not in the way?
Exactly. And why is social media so detrimental, though, especially around that period?
Well, if you're comparing yourself to people that put on a nice facade, a nice, happy feeling, everything else, you can compare your life to it. But again, it's not what you compare yourself to other people. It's comparing your daily actions to only things that are really important to you in life. We're not here to compare ourselves to others and put people on pedestals or pits. We're here to put them in our heart and move forward on what's priority.
Many of us, especially women, feel this need to be perfect all the time. Perfect mom, perfect at work, perfect partner. How does this contribute to feelings of inadequacy and worthlessness?
Well, if you compare your reality to fantasies about how you're supposed to be and try to please everybody around you, because everybody's imposing what they think you should be. If you put all that on there, you'll end up driving yourself crazy. You got to give yourself permission to be you. The most magnificent you are is who you are, and not try to be expecting to fit into everybody else's expectation. The perfect you is the real you.
What would you say are your top 3 tips for people to get through the holidays?
Well, to make sure you're doing things that are really meaningful to you and not feel trapped. To prioritize the things you do that are really meaningful. And then make sure you actually stop and look at, throughout the day, what are you grateful for so far throughout the day? Because gratitude opens the heart and allows love to share. And love is the thing what the weekend and the holidays are about anyway.
Absolutely. I mean, I think also just planning ahead. We know that the holiday period is coming. Plan your holiday right now.
Foreplanning, it's better than hind planning, if you will. Foresight is much better than hindsight. And you end up getting more of what you want in life instead of having to react to what you don't want.
The holiday blues are real, but it is important that you know that you are not alone and that you have the tools to manage the stress and anxiety. Worry less about social media, switch off, relax, and really enjoy the time off with your loved ones. Be kind to yourself during the holidays. After all, you've earned it.